And hello, welcome everyone again to this OpenMC module. So I have kind of sort of taken a detour into njoy because this is the proper program you need to do doppler broadening and get your cross sections at the correct temperature and also the scattering data at the correct temperature so that you can run OpenMC. Okay, so the process is you convert from an NDEF file to an ACE file, and then from ACE file you convert to a H5 file, which you then use in OpenMC, and you're going to use that to store and run your OpenMC simulation. Okay, so that's the whole workflow. Alright, so this is njoy. Now remember the last time we were going through this modder input. So your first line of cards, remember I was saying that you have to start with modder, and then you put in your input and your output. Okay, input and output. Alright, so your input and your output. So in this instance, you only have the input and output file. There are lots of other things you can do as well. So for example, card2 is this, use these things called tape ID. So basically tape ID is a way you can just add comments and it will appear in your output file. Okay, so you will see sometimes that people want to comment and print stuff in their output file. So for example, you see things like this, processed by the njoy nuclear data system, or pendef tape for U235 from ndef B5 blah blah blah. Okay, all of these are actually usually in your second card, which is you have all these comments. Now for this case there is no comment here, but in this second input file you'll see an input tape or input file. Input tape is the first one, and then what do you call that? The output is -21. Okay, -21, and then you kind of want to give it some comments. So the comment here, you can name or whatever. It's a boron 10 or B10. Okay, you have to put the apostrophes front and back. You have to put the apostrophes front and back, and of course you just end it off with the /. Okay, then what is this third line here? This is optional unless you're like, you do it by itself. So yeah, third one, it says there's this thing called input unit. All right, and then it says the second one is the material. Okay, so there's an input unit, and then it says material on this tape to add to and out. In other words, what materials do you want to add to your output unit? Okay, so let's see over here. This is how it's used. So okay, this is copying from tape 1 and putting it into tape 21. Okay, so it says here, in the following example, we specify that the single material be extracted from tape 20 and be written to tape 21. Subsequent use of tape 21 will be more efficient since only the material of interest is on that tape. So when you see these parts, it's saying that I only want, for example, this material 1305, which is I think supposed to be boron 10. So the modder module is going to look into the NDEF file, and then it's going to say, okay, I only want boron 10, no other boron isotopes or anything, or no other reaction, blah blah blah, I don't know. But the basic idea is that it has a very specific way of extracting data. Okay, so what is this going to do? First, it's going to take tape 1 and then put it into tape 21, and then boron 10 is what you want to the specific material that you want to get. So you give it that name, boron 10. So it's going. Then the next line it says, I'm going to look at tape 20, look for material 1305 in tape 20, and I'm going to then put it into what do you call that? Put it into this boron, not boron 10. Yeah, I'm going to put it into the output file, which is -21. Okay, so this is -21. All right, and then once you can actually do this for multiple materials, no problem. You keep going and going and going. And then once you're done, just terminate by adding this 0/ line. So this 0/ line is pretty universal, at least in njoy. Whenever you see this 0/ 0/ or 0, yeah, I think it's /, yeah, not backslash. 0/ will mean that I'm done with this module. I'm finished with this module. Let me move on to the next module. So if you see this code, you will see modder blah blah blah. So it will copy, it says you will copy some binary file into this -21. Then reconr will do its thing, okay, and then it will end with 0/. So these two are kind of like read as a unit, so to speak. These two are read as a unit. So likewise for the broader file, you will see that you start with the word broader. So it will start with this broader module, and then it will do its thing. I don't know what this is, or I have not discussed what this is yet. And then it will end with 0. Okay. And likewise for heater, modder, and grouper here, it is also going to end with some zeros over here. But this part I'm not actually going to go through so much, because I just want to highlight, you know, the modder, reconr, and broader modules, as well as the acer modules. So nothing else. Okay, so let's now we are more or less a little bit familiar with the modder module. Let's go and take a look at the reconr module. Okay, so again, yeah. Okay, so these are just some other comments. Next thing, let's go to the reconr. I'm not going to type everything there. Okay, heading 1, reconr module. Where is it? You go to, yeah, page 43. Reference, page 43 of manual. Okay, so this is where you start actually doing some cross-section stuff. But if you want to go and take a look at the example straight, so just skip all of this, because there's a lot of data here. Okay, so you see where reconr is here? Reconr on this content page, just click broader and then you go back a little bit. Just click the chapter after and you scroll back a little bit. You should be able to see, okay, this is, then you can see the example files. Okay, example files will be on page 72 and page 71. For code use, see page 71 to 72. All right, so so reconr is over here. All right, so maybe I'll just copy and paste it here, and let's go through this one at a time. Oh dear. Unformatted text. Okay, great. All right. Let's go here. 3, 4, 5, well, 6, 8, and then number 7. So this is what the code actually looks like. Code reference. Okay, so basically you start with reconr, right? You start with reconr, right? What is your first line of code? This is actually your input and output file. So this is your cut one. So line 2 is an input output. So it takes tape 20 and outputs tape 21. So the output file is this file, and then this is the input file. Okay, line 3. What is line 3? Line 3 is line card 2. Line 3 is actually card 2. This is a character label. It's just comments that you want to print in your output file. So for example, okay, in your njoy directory, test number 7, okay, if you look at your input file, you'll see that in your reconr, there's this thing called pendef tape for U235, blah blah blah, tape 511. Okay, so where do we see that? If you can take a look at the reference output, let's take a look at the reference output. This is one reference output. Okay, so it's vi reference output. So this is what the output file is supposed to look like. And what you see that over here, all of this are just stuff from njoy output stuff. You see your model is actually being used first. Okay, this is a lot of data. Oh, a lot of data. Okay, so anyway, so there is this part where you see this reconr stuff. This is your standard output. Then you will see this part being printed out. Pendef tape for U235. Okay, pendef tape for U235 from ndef b5 tape 511. Then you'll print out all this output. Okay. So so if you look at the you look at the input, and then you see this part over here. This is where your first line of code starts, and then you actually see 3 more comments over here. So these are also more comments which will be printed out into the njoy output. So reference output. Okay, where do you see that? This is where the output actually prints out. So this is where the first comment prints. This is where the second comment prints. The thing is, it's very useful because maybe you want to there's a lot of output, as you can see in your output file. This is what an njoy output will look like. So the thing is that if you want to give yourself labels to see where things are actually going, then you can see this output. You see this output will be very good for helping you organize your data. Okay, so it says pendef tape for U235. This is your label for the pendef tape, and this is the ndef b5 tape, blah blah blah. So it just helps you to see what the output is. If not, you see this material 1395. You're supposed to know what material this is, but you are not sure. If you're not sure, so you might probably want to add comments. And how do you know 1395 is actually uranium 235? That one's another topic for another video. Okay, but at least for now, just know that cut2 is actually this label, this tape label, or over here it says it's T label. Okay, so this is your tape label. So what is line number 4? So yeah, line number 3 is comments actually you want to put in your output file. Alright, line number 4, 9228 and 2. What is this? Okay, line 4, 9228. What's 9228? Okay, let's see. Okay, cart2 tells reconr that the input ndef tape will be on 20. So this is where all these comments are. So cart3 is the tape ID, which I was just talking about. Cart4 gives the material number for U235, and this number 2 here actually says that 2 additional comment cards will be given. Okay, so 9228 is the material number. Okay, 9228 is this material number for U235, and the 2, that number 2, okay, means 2 more lines of comments in this section. So where do we see this? This is actually you can see here, this is cut3. Cut3. Oh, this is line 3, which is actually over here. This is cut2. Okay, so it's a bit confusing, but anyway, what we are talking about is cut3 in this instruction. It says that you want to construct some resonance or whatever, you have to specify what material. So that's the 9228 number. After that, you give the end cards, which says the number of cards of descriptive data for the new material. So remember, you were saying that there are 2 more cards. So these 2 more cards will be entered after like your last input. Okay, after your last input. Okay, after cut4, you'll have cut5. Cut5 is the number of descriptive cuts. Okay, so this is cut5 over here, which is how many descriptive cuts you want to have. And cut4 actually says here, fractional reconstruction tolerance and used when the resonance integral error is not satisfied. Okay, so it's just some tolerance number. Just make it typically small, 0.001, 0.005. This actually corresponds to a tolerance of 0.1%. Okay, 0.1%, and 0.005 is 0.5%. So this is some tolerance for the reconstruction. Not going to go into detail because there's way too much data, way too much info. Okay, so remember I said the last two parts, these two cards are actually comment cards. So we actually specified, at least in this example, it specified 2 cards. After you mention your tolerance, then you put your comments. Make sure it's after tolerance because they have a very specific way of inputting your data. Okay, so do it only after you mention your tolerance. Okay, so line 5. Okay, line 5, what is it? Tolerance fraction. 0.001 actually corresponds to 0.1%. Okay, last. Okay, line 6 and 7. Line 6 to 7. Okay, 2 lines of comments. Remember you actually specified in line 4. You specified number of lines of comments in line 4. Okay, so this is how the input file goes. Okay, so this is line 4's input file, right? And then what's next? The next thing you want to do is line 8. Line 8 is this 0 file, all right? This 0 cut, sorry. So line 8, it tells njoy I'm done with reconr. Okay, so that's the reconr module for you. Okay, so yeah, I think I'll stop for now. If not, there's a lot of information, but next video then we may talk about some other modules like the broader module and the ace module. Okay, so I'll stop for now. Thanks for watching.